It's the phone-in segment where you get to have your say. I'm actually quite excited about this segment because we get to hear your opinions as Nigerians, and it's on air, so who knows who would catch it. We have some top officials listening as well, so there's a tendency that your voice will be heard. But the phone lines are open, and we'll have you have your say. Now, today we're going to be talking about the electricity tariff hike. This affects all of us, be it business owners, urban and rural areas. Everyone is affected one way or another. Now, the federal government has clarified its position, stating that the current tariffs cover only about 65% of the actual cost of supplying electricity, with the government subsidizing the remaining 35%. Now, but here's the staggering part. The federal government pays a whopping 200 billion naira monthly on electricity subsidies, which ironically benefits the wealthiest of 25% of Nigerians rather than those who truly need the assistance. Now, to put this into perspective, in 2024, the government increased tariffs for Band A customers by a whopping 240%, from 68 naira to 225 naira a kilowatt per hour. This move was met with widespread criticisms from labor union, manufacturers, down to ordinary Nigerians, who argued that the hike would exacerbate inflation, stifle small businesses and medium enterprises, and worsen the already dire economy, the economic situation. Now, let's also understand this better, that when they divided this into bands, Band A was meant to have at least 20 to 22 hours of electricity. And last time we had the CEO of AEDC here, we asked the question, is it possible to actually supply that amount of electricity to a particular group of people, given that we're not seeing an increased production, given that we're seeing current grid collapses, given the state of electricity in Nigeria? So what exactly is happening in that sector? Now, we understand that the creation of these bands and increase in the tariff is meant to some sort of generate revenue for the sector. But how is that going so far? Now, the government has insisted that this move is necessary, which is the increase to ensure the long-term sustainability of the power sector. So with a subsidy burden of 2.9 trillion in 2024 alone, the government argues that it can no longer continue to shoulder this financial burden, but instead it plans to phase out electricity subsidy entirely over the next 3 years, with the ultimate goal of achieving a cost-reflective tariff system. You can see how the English is really well, mixing together and, intertwining. And why they have not said they will increase it, but they are saying that the government paid this amount for subsidy and it will gradually phase out subsidy. Then, in a space of 3 years, with a goal of a cost-reflective tariff system. So there might be an increase, or there would be an increase when the subsidy is phased out. That was the English that was being put there. So at this point, is this fair or foul? We've seen how the talk of subsidy goes. We saw how it was all over with fuel subsidy. Now they're saying they're also subsidizing electricity. What is your opinion on this? What do you think should be done? Should the government prioritize the interests of wealthy few or the struggling many? I want to hear your thoughts. The phone lines are open. The numbers are displayed on your screen. You could call us or send us a message via WhatsApp. We're here to take your opinion. Is this electricity tariff at this point fair or foul? They said it's going to be in the space of 3 years. Now, we saw the current tariff that happened, but we want to hear your thoughts. How has the one that is even going on affected you? How has it affected your business? How much were you spending on electricity before, and how much are you spending now? And with this proposed subtle increase that might come in, how do you feel about this? We'll take your opinion, but we have our first caller this morning. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, my name is Mohammed Musawa Suleiman, and I'm actually calling you from Jalingo.
Good morning, Mohammed. It's good to have you from Jalingo. Please, can you turn down the volume of your TV set and talk to us through your phone?
All right, now, looking at electricity tariff hike, it is very, very alarming something, looking at the situation that we have in Nigeria, or looking at the situation that we are in Nigeria. But actually, if you look at how Nigerians are suffering, especially if it comes to electricity, power, as well as how they used to engage on, payment of the bill, it is very, very alarming. Because, if you look at the situations of the Nigerian economy, people are not have, enough things that they can afford on the electricity. But look at how Nigerian government are trying to, stay away from assisting the sector that always used to engage on, that the subsidy that Nigeria are trying to remove from electricity.
All right. If I may ask, what band are you on, and do you get adequate electricity for the amount you're paying for?
Please, can you come back? I can't get.
They're saying that different people are on different bands. Are you on band A or band B? Are you getting the amount of electricity?
I'm on band A.
So how is it like for you paying that much for electricity? And are you getting the supposed 20 hours of electricity?
Seriously, if you look at how the way that these people they are collecting much money from us, it will not compare with the previously how we used to pay the power bill. Because if you look at how we are paying now, if the Nigerian government remove the subsidy of this thing, we don't even know where we are going to have something that we can afford the bill.
All right, thank you so much for calling us all the way from Jalingo. It's good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria, and also God bless you people that always used to enlighten, highlight, and educate people in Nigeria.
Thank you so much for that. God bless Nigeria. Thank you for taking your time out to call us this morning, Mohammed, all the way from Jalingo. Now, he has said he's on band A, and if it's been increased or the subsidy is being phased out, it has no hope of how it's going to be like. My question is, all the amount that has been put into subsidy, where is it going to? We're still experiencing irregular power supply in certain places. We're still experiencing grid collapse. We're still seeing an epileptic power supply, and you're still sharing it into bands, looking at paying subsidies and phasing out subsidies and increasing the money people will be paying. Does it equate for what you're getting? Let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Lilian. You're speaking with Shetima Yakudima, calling from Maiduguri.
Good morning, Shetima. It's good to have you on the show this morning. How is Maiduguri?
Maiduguri is cool. Maiduguri is peace. Maiduguri is shining under Zulum administration.
All right, a quick question. The people that were affected by the flood, how are they settling in?
Well, Alhamdulillah, people are settling even beside the hardship. The economy is not in a good line, but people are managing to fix all their houses, and with the support of the state government, people are coping. So they have been relocated back to their homes. Okay. Alhamdulillah.
That's good to know. Thank you for that update. So tell us, what's your thought on our topic this morning?
Well, you see, Lilian, the fact remains as it is. In this country, honestly speaking, people are paying for the darkness. We are not paying for that electric that we have been receiving. And we thank God here in Maiduguri. That's why I'm saying, let the other governors eliminate from our governors, for putting on their own gas power supply, so that they will be cured from this national grid that is going in out of service time to time. So I think what we are praying is every state to install their own power supply, because we cannot rely with this power supply, that grid power supply. Because it has been collapsing. You can agree with me, in a 1 year, how many times it has been collapsed? So people are paying for darkness. They are not paying for what they are enjoying. That is the fact. So please let them do something. Before we are not against the increment, but the issue is, let's fix the power. Let's fix the supply. Let the supply be adequate. Let the supply to become uninterrupted. When you talk about whatever you want to do, we are not kicking against it, but you can pay for something that you are not receiving. That is the problem that we're having.
All right. Shetima, I totally understand and I appreciate your point of view on this, topic this morning. Thank you so much for calling in. Shetima said people are paying for darkness and not even for the electricity that is being provided. Nigerians don't even have a problem with this increase that you're doing. The thing is, let the services equate the increment that you're giving at that moment. If you're increasing the tariff plan, you're increasing power, both electricity and telecoms. Let us be able to enjoy these services and enjoy our money. I want to enjoy my money. I want such a situation that I will be putting off my light because I don't want my unit to finish quickly, because I have electricity to go about my daily business. For business owners who rely on electricity, I want to believe that they want to have constant electricity so that they don't have to buy fuel to run their business. But let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us.
When we're discussing about this NEPA bill or whatever it is, our country they are not considering lowest people that are not able to afford. People that they have to struggle before able to buy those lights. So things are going very hard beyond imagination that, I don't know, government always makes their own decision that suit us, not suit the common people. So I don't think they are looking for us. They are looking for themselves at all the time. At all time they are looking for themselves. So I just pray that they will consider that common people like we that we are not able to afford all those kind of bill or charges that they are talking about, or they want to increase, or they haven't planned ahead of what they're planning for it.
We didn't get your name and where you're calling from.
Joseph from Adamawa State.
Joseph, it's good to have you from Adamawa State. Thank you so much for your thoughts there. Your input.
So I don't know if you people are understanding what I'm saying. Things are going very hard, very, very hard, beyond imagination, beyond very imagination. Sometimes I consider we don't have future leaders. Maybe God will find another person that we don't know where he's coming from, how it's going to be. But the leaders we're having now, I don't think they're after us, they're after themselves. And worst part of it, the more they bring, something on the table, telling us this is what they want to do it, we can only be affected by it, but there will not be a change. The change is not going to be there. You won't even see it. Rather than you'll be facing the consequences of their decision. And it's because them and their children doesn't face it, it goes normal to them. And they know that we won't do anything about it, or we'll have patience of, accepting their decision, whatever it is. So you see, every government that comes with its own decision, comes on a calendar and its own ruling the nation. And before you notice, everything is going from worse to worse to worse to worse.
I totally, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joseph, for your opinion this morning. Joseph is saying that things are really bad at the moment in Nigeria, and every government that comes in with their own policy, one way or another, to either increase or reduction is something that you hardly see happen in Nigeria. But my question still lies, as a business owner, if you're a business owner watching, please do well to call us. Let us know how this tariff hike over time has affected your business and how you feel about the 3 years phasing out of the subsidy payments, which were you even feeling it, the 3 years phasing out of the subsidy payments and possible hike coming on. We want to hear your thoughts. If you're a business owner, do well to call in and let's hear your thoughts. Let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ismail calling from Niger.
Hi, Ismail. How is Niger this morning?
Niger is cool. Niger is cool and peaceful.
That's good to know. Go ahead with your thoughts.
You see the issue of hike in electricity, just like almost the three first callers have said. Let people enjoy what they are paying for. We are paying for darkness, as the last caller said. In my own area, in my own country area here, if I'm to say, at least, if there is anything that has to do with ban A prime, we are under ban A prime. But I'm feeling for other regions of the country.
Oh.
Yes, I'm feeling for them. I happen to be in Katsina for almost some time, where I did my PPA. For good 1 year, I think I only saw light for only 3 months. Yes, for good 1 year. I saw electricity just for 3 years. I mean, just for 3 months. And that 3 months is not frequent. So imagine those kind of people, how do they feel? How do they even survive in their businesses?
So how much are you spending a month on electricity, since you said you're in Band A? And how do you feel about this supposed, tariff hike that's coming on?
Yeah. We at least we spend almost 7,000, 8,000 every month.
Okay.
Yes, but with the hike in tariff now, imagine what we are going to spend. Who knows how many percentage they are going to increase? Who knows? Who knows? So my advice is that in terms of generation, the discos are trying. As I said, Kenji, Jeba, and the new dam, Zungeru, at least they are trying. Even they are trying, at least what they are producing now is almost 2,000 or above 2,000 megawatts. But the major problem we have is transmission. Let them put most of our transmission in order. At times, most of the collapse happen as a result of transmission cannot even consume what the generation company are producing. Before you know it will feed back. So let them put all those things in place. Once they put it in place, at least a lot of customers will enjoy electricity. There is money in this business. There is a lot of money in electricity business. Let them put it in place. Government will even, if everything is in place, I believe government will even like to take all this company back from privatization, because there is money in those business. So may God bless Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria, most importantly. Thank you so much, Ismail, for your thoughts there.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I've stayed in places where electricity, to see lights, and I'm wondering, that was back then, as at now, I'm wondering if it's any difference there, if people are, seeing light or power at one point or another to run their businesses or to go about their daily lives. I'm really wondering if anything has changed. But let's not forget that the power sector needs funding. It's been said over and over again. Would this be a means of generating funding? Do you expect to see any difference in the power sector with this phasing out of subsidy payment and tariff increase? Would you see a difference? Are you expecting to see something different? Well, let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning. I'm Abdullahi Abubakar calling from Benue, Makodi, Benue State.
Good morning, Abdullahi. How is Benue this morning?
Makodi is looking fine. The food basket.
Food basket
is looking
indeed.
fine.
When they say food baskets, I imagine food flooded everywhere on the floor with lots of baskets with different types of fruits and food in it. But that's fine. It's my imagination, I must say.
Definitely, when you come to Benue, you will eat satisfied, eat a very good yam and others.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that, on that note.
Yeah.
All right. Now, go ahead with your thoughts on our topic this morning.
What I want to assure our fellow poor men and women in Nigeria is that the patient we are going to hold, the patient we are going to have in Nigeria, a poor man will enter paradise. Because the system of subsidy has been removed. Where is the problem? And now they want to come and increase the light tariff. You see, the common man cannot go buy tomato of 1,000 naira. To go and grind it, they will tell you to pay 500 naira because the fuel is too cost. Yeah. And go back to electricity, they are increasing the tariff. So where are we going? Where are we going? Look at the condition of everything high. In your area now, you find that 4 NEPA staff, different NEPA staff will come to collect bills because they don't read the meter. Next light bill coming is a different person. The next month light bill is a different person. So they make it as their own personal business. The big man will steal the power, then the little one will deal with us again on the ground. So where do they want us to go if it is not for us to have patience? They have already finished with us. They have already finished with us, my man. my own Nigerians. So they have already failed. They have already failed us. They have already failed us. We should just be patient. Any little one you have, then you manage it. Because we are not paying for what we are enjoying. We are not paying for what we are enjoying. Every time, darkness. They will give you light for 3 hours and they will collect money of 1 month. So I'm appealing to our Nigerians, we just have patience. Don't suffer yourself. Don't suffer yourself to go and you are going for protest. The policeman will kill you and you will die and nothing will happen.
All right, Abdullahi.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Abdullahi. The way you concluded that this morning, you know, we are advocating for peaceful protest, and that is allegedly, you know, when the protest goes out of hand, we know that the police extrajudicial killings are something that the police has kicked against and warned against over and over again. That is why they said if you're going for a peaceful protest, register with the right security agencies. You see people protest and you see police protecting them on the side because they have registered and are going for peaceful protest. When you go ahead destroying government properties, arrests will be made where necessary. So please, let us be guided. Now, let's take a couple of WhatsApp messages we have this morning before we continue with our phone calls. We have a message from Dr. Livingstone Ekanem. He said, good morning, Daybreak. The hike in electricity tariff has further fueled hardship of Nigerians. As for service power provided, my area in Jos enjoys 24 hours power supply if there is no grid collapse, and it has been that way before the hike in tariff. But honestly, those of us in Band A are not finding it easy. Most homes turn off essential appliances just to manage the power they are able to purchase. Government needs to restore power subsidy. They have not taken it out just yet, Dr. Livingstone. They said they will in the face of 3 years. So Band A people that are enjoying 24 hours, just be prepared. You will most likely pay more. We also have a message from Mohammed Usman Suleimat, a journalist from Jalingo. Says, seriously, looking at the hike in tariff is actually something that we're not welcoming with at all. But even the power is not stable. And national grid has always been collapsing. So how can we keep suffering, paying much money, and we're not enjoying our money? Well, God bless our country and God bless you. God bless you too. We have a message from Rabo Mekefi from Nasarawa State. He said, good morning, Lilian. The issue of electricity tariff is not funny to Nigerians because we are used to it. Since this government came on board, Nigerians are facing a lot of hardship, suffering, and increase in virtually all aspects of life. So Nigerians should not expect anything cheap or good coming out of the government. People are paying for darkness instead of light every day. We witness power failure, and then at the end of the month, you pay exorbitant bill. Well, that is something that a lot of people have said over and over again. Thank you so much for your messages. But still in line with this, we keep asking the question, for those who are experiencing 24 hours of electricity, kudos to you. You know, it's a feat, I would say, on your part. I'm enjoying at least 18 to 20 hours of electricity, and I can tell you, I know how much comes out from my pockets for that every month. So I can't even imagine what a tariff increase would look like. But we have another call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning. My name is Yakubu Shehu Bida, calling from Mina, Niger State.
Good morning, Yakubu Shehu Bida. I hope you're calling from Bida.
No, from Mina.
From Mina, oh, okay. All right, go ahead with your thoughts.
Thank you very much for giving me the audience. May God bless you.
God bless you too.
The issue of Band A, Band B, Band C. I don't know what is different between that. It's just like Glow, MTN, and Airtel. If you have light, you recharge. The more you recharge, the more you consume your light and the turkey you bought. But I don't know. Band B, if they don't have light, the light will stop. The consumption or charging of the credit they bought will stop. So there's no anything that they will charge the Band A higher 3 times or 4 times than the Band B and C. It's quite very unfair. Let us fear God. The day we will go and meet and account for everything. We, the masses, stood up, spent our money, our time and energy, our life to vote these people into power. Is this the way they are going to pay us back? Let them fear God. Let them think of a day that they will account for everything. The masses are the ones suffering now. I don't know why. I don't know what they are feeling for the masses. In Niger State, there was certain time they said the NEPA, the government owing the NEPA and they cut the lights. And in the reverse way, the what is it called? The revenue they are generating. The AEDC, they don't pay the state government their own share. I don't know. Let us fear God, please.
All right. Thank you very much for calling us all the way from Mina. You know, it's good to have your thoughts here. Said that conscience, we should have leaders with political conscience. And yes, the differences between band A, band B, and band C is that you get to pay. I think I want to believe that for band A, it's 223 naira per kilowatt per hour. So for 1 kilowatt, you're paying as much as 223 naira. So the money you would spend in doing 53 units would be more than what the person in band B will spend doing 53 units. And if that person is, if you know, I want to believe that this is also going to imbibe some certain level of discipline in Nigerians, in as much as we kick against it completely. But you will finally learn how to put off your lights. I remember back then growing up, there were lots of ads going on then about people putting off lights to save power. Now you will off the lights. You wake up in the morning, you put off your lights. You know, I put off my freezer, I turn it on through the night, and if it's well frozen, probably halfway through the day, I put it off because I'm not using it. Everything is already cold in there, so why is it on? It's just consuming power. So you know how to regulate your appliances and know what you use. Now, if you leave Nigeria, you go to other countries, you find that they put off their electricity where necessary. But something piqued my attention through the conversation we had this morning. A lot of people are going for alternate sources of power. I know we have a caller of us, Abasekong, who talks about how he is on solar. We want to hear from you, Abasekong. If you're watching, do well to call in. How much did you spend installing your solar, and has it made any difference? Is there any advantage to you compared to paying electricity bill and the tariff hike? Do you feel relieved being on an alternate source of power, and you can't relate to how Nigerians are experiencing or complain about the tariff hike? And then if you're also any listener that is listening and you are on an alternate power supply, probably solar, solar, you're on constant solar or inverter, which you have found a way to get yourself off the grid. Is it more economical and is it worth it for you? And also business owners, I want to know how much it is you have spent on power, how this has affected your business, and also to household owners. So yes, the phone lines are open. There is a tariff hike looming, and we want to hear your thoughts. Is it fair or foul? What do you think about it? Let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, my name is Kinsley, calling from Lagos.
Hi, I didn't hear your name, but I know you're calling from Lagos.
Kinsley.
Jensen?
Kinsley.
All right, please speak up and go ahead with your thoughts.
Yeah, of course, the light bill is too much. Here we are paying above 30,000 naira per week.
Per week, did you say?
Per week.
Are you on band A or band B?
Band A.
Are you a business owner?
Yeah, I'm a businessman.
Okay, how do you feel about this?
It's very bad. It's unfortunate that electricity bill is higher than house rent. So we don't know. In other parts of the world, it's not like that. They have light in 4 hours, but it's not costly like this.
Hi, your TV set is really on the highest volume and we can have a feedback. Please, do you mind turning it down and, concluding your thoughts so we don't have that feedback in the studio? All right, we've lost the caller there, but 30,000 naira per week, that's a lot for a business owner. I mean, how much are you making per week to spend that amount on electricity? We're not talking about rent. We're not talking about taxes. We're not talking about fuel, which we know that you might end up buying fuel. Now, one time where we had I keep referring back to that, I wish we had him here again. One time we had the acting director of the AEDC. He said that the essence of the tariff increase is to bridge the balance of the cost spent on petrol. Are you really seeing that benefit as a Nigerian? This whole tariff increase that they're talking about here and there. Well, let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, hello. Good morning, presenter. How are you?
I am fine, thank you.
And you too. My name is Osuji Maslenus Ugochukwu, aka HOD.
All right, HOD, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Imo State.
All right, where?
There in Owerri.
Owerri, all right.
Yes.
Go ahead with your thoughts.
Yes, my little contribution is this. You see, I know paying tariff or tax, as it may be called, is a necessity. It's a necessity for us. But my point of view is this: government is not making things so easy for the citizenry.
Okay.
I know paying tax or tariff is a way of generating revenue to the government. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Yes. So it is not bad. I could remember during either Olusegun Obasanjo's regime or Yar'Adua's regime, because of the way the way the government was doing and the hike price in tax. Are you getting me? He abolished the tax payment. So now, as this present administration had introduced, again, for us to be paying tax, it is good. But my own concern and the subjection is this: government should be doing something for the people, for the citizenry, in a way that it will fix or enhance the good welfare of the citizen. Are you getting me? Yeah. So after all this tax implementation and other things, what are the necessities? Are they using it in developing the country? Are they using it in making the Nigerian citizen to feel better, to feel relaxed as a democratic dispensation we are?
All right,
so these are the things we should be putting in consideration. Are you getting me?
Yes, HOD, I have a question for you. I have a question for you.
Okay, you are free.
All right. In your area, where you stay, are you on band A or band B, and how much do you pay for electricity monthly?
Before people are like when the place I'm transacting my business. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
The place I was transacting my business, I learned that though I don't have light. Let me be specific. Are you getting me? I'm not using light, but those that are using light, they were complaining that they are paying 16,000 naira for each month.
Oh wow!
Are you getting me? Then the place I'm living, they are paying. We are paying before. They are paying before 1,000. Now they have started paying 1,002 or above. I don't have. I can't really. Let me not just be
per month or per week.
In assumption, are you getting me?
Per month.
So these are the reasons.
All right, thank you so much, HOD, for letting us know.
But excuse me, presenter. There's one point I was.
Do we still have HOD on the line? All right, HOD, thank you so much for calling in. He said 1,000 naira, and I'm curious, is it per month or per week? Are you people sure you are not running something off the grid somewhere in that place? Because someone is calling from Lagos saying he's spending as much as 30,000. And if I know Owerri too well, I know Owerri is commercialized to a certain extent. For the few times I stayed in Owerri, I would say I didn't have a good experience when it comes to power supply. I knew how poor it was. I don't know if it has changed. That was probably like 2 years ago. I don't know if there's been any recent change or any updates or any development or something different in terms of power supply. But paying 1,000 naira per month, do you have a prepaid meter? Are you using a prepaid meter? I thought everybody was meant to be metered up by now. Are you using a prepaid meter, or are you paying estimated billing? Is it a compound where everyone is paying? All of these are details Nigerians want to know. And you're operating off electricity in your shop. How much do you spend on fuel? Because it's a two-way thing. But the phone lines are still open. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do well to call in. We're asking and we're talking about the electricity tariff hike that is looming, and we want to know if it's fair or foul. Let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Benue State.
Your name,
Hello?
please. Yes, your name, please.
My name is Chukwemeka.
Hi, Chukwemeka. Thank you for calling all the way from Benue State. Now go ahead with your thoughts.
Thank you very much. Yes, I want to make a contribution to our program.
By all means, you're welcome.
You see, now the subsidy of fuel was removed. They are now trying to remove subsidy again on electricity. There is no country that government don't subsidize what people are using. We are in a democracy, and the essence of democracy is for the people to enjoy the government. But today, we are not enjoying the government. Common man is now one suffering in this government that we are in. A common man cannot eat three times a day. Why are we democracy? Government cannot subsidy fuel, they cannot subsidy electricity. What else again do they want us to do for them? We voted them. But I always tell people that we should be very careful, because you see people are now turning back to that APC party as if to say they are doing well. Something is wrong. People are now from one party to another to APC. Shows that they are doing well. Something is wrong there. So Nigeria should be very careful, and we want to appeal to the government. Let them help us. We are dying. Common men are dying in this country. When they are in the office, then they remember that there are people outside there who don't have anything. For traveling now, many people cannot travel again because of the cost of transportation. Now we are now on a VCT. Many people don't have light. You had somebody who said he stayed 1 year in Katsina State and only saw like three months. Is that how it's supposed to be? Let them help us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, God bless Nigeria there. Well, it's a lot. The electricity tariff is a lot and is affecting businesses. And the bigger question is power supply versus tariffs. And Nigerians getting the value of what they paid for. And we're seeing everybody that has spoken here saying that they are not getting the value. You know, Shetima opened up the phone lines by shouting, Nigerians are paying for darkness. And Nigerians are confirming that, yes, we are paying for darkness. We have a few who are saying that they do enjoy the 20 hours of electricity and they're seeing its advantage. But how much is coming out of their pocket tells a lot about it. That's why we're asking business owners, how much are you spending weekly? How is it affecting your business? How do you feel about the looming increase? You know, would you rather go off the grid? How much would that cost you? All these are angles we're exploring this morning. Let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Lilian. I am Goodheart calling from Plateau State.
Good morning, Goodheart. It's good to have you from Plateau State. How is Jos this morning?
Our weather is calm. I thank God. God is faithful.
Are you among those enjoying 24 hours of electricity like Dr. Livingstone?
Coming to the issue of the tariff, right? I have a business that I handle, but I doesn't use NEPA because of the disappointment. I'm at the Southern Plateau, not inside this. I was at the Barra previously, but I relocated. So the fact is that I use a alternative, that is solar. And I spent not up to ₦1 million, but I really installed bigger panels. So it's having me. It's not the issue of the battery, that the battery, you need to change the battery maybe after a year or 2 years. That is the only cost. So it's more convenient. Since I started using that, it serves me well in my medical display, you know, because I have a medical clinic. So it serves me well. But you know, the NEPA, which are still my mother and other siblings are still at the local area, which I have been used, they are there using NEPA. The cost is so exorbitant. Even the time I travel, I'll travel for 2 hours a week. Only once I will have the light. So that's that. My mother has no refrigerator, nothing. If not the lighting system, about 4 to 5 bulbs. But she pays, now they say 5,000. As I last year, it was 4,000 every month. Only the bulbs, nothing, no television, nothing. So, notwithstanding, I told them I will try to install solar and forget about Nigerian power holding, whatever. So, but with the thing I have, knowing that the subsidy will soon go, because they've been paying for subsidy, which I don't know. It is painful. When we talk of the tariff hike, that is telecom hike, we talk of petrol subsidy removal. And now Nigerians will be paying taxes. Now the power, this thing will withdraw the subsidy, federal government. I don't blame them. One thing is that they should know one thing, that God is watching them. That is what I can say. Because if those in the authority in government, especially our president and the rest, whatever they need, government supplies it. They live on our taxes, the tax we pay. And if they need water, if they need anything, if you want to travel 1 million times, the government, Nigeria will pay. So they don't have the pain. Yeah? They don't choice in that when they are talking all this, many are dying. Go to village and say, my mom has been in critical condition. I finished as a graduate. I sought for job, no way. I sought for job since 2006. Next year it will be 20 years. I have 2 degrees. But that's by the way, because I have been going on to, go on that register with the private body and so on. It was not helping me before I read my own business. What I'm saying is this. If Nigerians will continue to suffer like this and cry, God is not blind. He sees what is happening in this country. I have removed my mind from what is called government. In fact, I'm sorry to tell you, I don't know whether there's the existence of government. The only thing is that they tax me. I pay every year. I pay the locality. Even the where I store my business, the man they call the man in charge of the Angwa said that he's the head of Angwa. He comes say that we are going to pay for Angwa, pay for education leaders. I said, my children are not here, they're not schooling here. But when he tax, he said government, they mandated them under local government. I said, I pay to state, I pay to local government, I pay for renewal of my own license as a medical personnel, and I'm paying to you, my Angwa. I have to pay. Once I have it, I have to pay. Then trading union will come. Medical association will come. You have to pay them. And then those sometimes they say they give information to them. And you see, one thing is this. I don't want to talk sometimes, but sometimes I'm being prompted to talk. Those in authority, do what you want to do. God is in charge of that. God permits you to be there. We voted you in. You use us as scapegoats. That God one day will hold you accountable. So do what you like, do on. Let's leave it for God. May God bless us. Sometimes if I want to say God bless Nigeria, it seems I'm praying for those in authority that is facing us. But I will say God bless us, the citizens of the country. May God bless us and let the will of God be done.
Thank you so much. God bless us. God bless Nigeria. And let the will of God be done. Let's not forget that God has given us the will as well. So we have the will and we have our voters card to vote in the right leaders. God is not going to carry somebody from where and put them on the throne. It is you as Nigerians, dust up. The mindset we have that our vote do not count. I feel your pain. I feel your pain and I totally understand where you're coming from. But at the end of the day, the power is in your hands as a Nigerian. That voters card is your power. If your vote doesn't count, why then do they buy it? If your vote doesn't count, why do they go all out to make sure that there is money circulating, money politics to buy votes? There are foodstuffs they are sharing, to get people in to vote for them. If your vote doesn't count, why do they do that? That's the question every Nigerian should ask. So we come out and we talk and we shout, but come 2027, the same rhetoric is played again. People take money. People sell their votes for the initial pleasure and that 5,000 naira because there's been that poverty has been put in the minds of people, and we come back to this same table over and over again. A lot has been said, a lot needs to be said, and a lot needs to be done when it comes to reorientating the minds of people to look beyond the money and actually vote for people who would set the country straight. At least, if not in our own time, but for our children to see a country to live in. Let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Adamu from Kwali Area Council of Abuja.
Good morning, Adamu from Kwali Area Council here in Abuja. What's the life situation like in Kwali?
The light is a bit better and we're in Band B.
Okay.
What we are saying, let me flash back. 2012, UNICEF gave us in Kwali Area Council, Daybreak precisely, prepaid meter, all.
Okay.
But do you know the prepaid meter was hung on the pole? And all the prepaid meter has been taken away. From 2012, all the prepaid meter, quote me anywhere, they have took it away from Dabi Kwali Area Council. No one. If those who have prepaid meter now, they have shifted it to their own houses. If not, or they have shifted, they have taken away the prepaid meter. That is number one. Number two, those who are working under electricity, sincerely speaking, corruption is enormous. They don't want prepaid meter to exist. This is where they are feeding. This is where they are riding their own car. This is where they are taking their children to overseas. So, luckily enough, when the Minister of Power, that is former governor of Lagos State came, he stopped this thing, paying of service, this thing. There is one thing they used to pay before. They stop it. Now they are doing a lot of things. And the Association of Electricity Districts, they will say today, they will say this thing, you should not pay if you have no electricity bill. They are just telling lies. They will go and settle themselves and leave every masses on this thing. This tariff, had it been everybody have electricity prepaid meter, government will get a serious money. But sincerely speaking, those who are working from the head to toe, the head, even the Minister of Power, they are giving him a return. Quote me anywhere. They are giving him a return. If he says lie, let him come and give everybody prepaid meter. Anybody that has no prepaid meter, they should not pay bills, and nobody should cut their light. Let them make it a law, and you see what will happen. They are fooling Nigerians. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling all the way from Kwale. It's good to have someone from here talking to us. But before we go, let's take a couple of WhatsApp messages we have this morning. I remember sometime in the show, I asked for those who are using alternate power supply, how are you coping? Is it better than being off the grid? Can you relate to people who are complaining about electricity hike? And we have Mohammed Usmat Suleiman from Jalingo. He said, solar is more economical. You cannot pay a single kobo after installation. That is why most of the commercial banks here in Jalingo are using solar. Even our radio stations are no longer on the electricity distribution company at this point in time. Now we also have a message from Abdullah Kore from Taraba. He says, good morning, Lilian. I have been on alternative power supply, that's solar, for the past 2 years, and I can tell you for free it's a game changer. It has its limitations. I think Nigerians should see solar power, which is readily available for free, and take. Now, I know that there have been positive testimonies for a couple of Nigerians who have gone off the grid completely and are finding ways to, maintain an alternative power supply. And we're still asking, are you seeing the advantages of it? What benefit is it making to you? Is your business moving differently? Are you able to, especially depending on how much you paid? So the phone lines are still open. The questions are still on your screen. Let us know. What do you feel about the tariff increase? How is this affecting you and your business? How is it affecting you as a Nigerian? What do you think the government can do? What should the government consider when it comes to the power sector to make life easy, given that electricity is very important for the business environment in Nigeria? Let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you. Good morning.
Yeah, this is Mr. Victor Smith. I'm calling from Coast City, Nigeria.
Good morning, Mr. Victor. You're calling from where?
Coast City.
Coast Enugu. All right.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead with your thoughts.
The issue about electric tariff and hike is I have not started today.
You're not on prepaid?
It has been. Hello?
You're not on prepaid?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. You said you're not on prepaid?
No, I said the issue about electric tariff is not a new story in Nigeria. And what we should be talking is not God is watching them. Because when you say God is watching them, they'll be happy because they think God cannot come down from heaven to deal with them. But when you say Nigeria will come out on the streets to take action, I believe they will hear that those ones easily. But when you say God is watching them, they will not have any fear because they believe that God cannot come down from heaven to deal with them. But when they say industrial action, you will see them go meeting today, and resolve some issue, and give some people bribe not to go on. The issue we are suffering in Nigeria, and Nigeria is the giant of Africa. Nigeria is the giant of Africa, for God's sake. So we can't be messing ourselves up. I can remember in 2011 when I was in Ghana, for once, they did not take lights. For once, before they take lights, they will make announcements on radio. They're watching. Just take a look in Nigeria, giant of Africa.
All right. Thank you.
So we have to be there, and they are watching us.
All right. Thank you so much for your thoughts there. You know, it says a lot about Nigeria as a nation and the supposed giant of Africa. We've questioned that position for a long time. Are we really still the giant of Africa with what the country is grappling with and struggling with? A lot of questions have been asked. A lot of Nigerians want to know what exactly is going on. Nigerians deserve a certain level of transparency when it comes to how governance is run, how sectors are run, how money is being increased with little or no explanation. The intrigue cases might be complicated for Nigerians to understand, but the attempt to even explain it would actually make it a little bit better for people to understand and not complain. The president has come out to say several that these reforms that are taking place, you know, has its benefits to Nigerians and has its advantages. But Nigerians are suffering that any little increase here or there would add further to the suffering that is going on. We know how difficult the country is. We know the cost of living. We know how, you know, triple and, you know, over the cost of living has increased so high that people are finding it difficult to survive on a daily basis. Now, adding increments of telecommunications, electricity, fuel, you know, the fuel price, put it all together, it's a lot for people to grapple with. So Nigerians want to know, which way? Is the poor going to breathe, or are we also going to suffocate everyone in the country at the same time? But let's also keep in mind that the power sector needs funding. Now, where is this funding going to come from? The people's pocket? Because people are paying for what they are not seeing. All these are questions on the lips of Nigerians, and they deserve answers, transparency, and value of what they are paying for. Well, I want to believe we've come to the end of the phone-in segment.